was cycling in Italy. After having a very tough winter in Germany, Switzerland, Austria, I was really enjoying beautiful, nice weather in Tuscany. I received an email and I was invited to speak in TEDx. I said, okay, that's cool, I go there. I'm a traveler anyway. I started preparing, writing my text and getting ready for it, editing the text, asking my friends to give me some comments for it. Then I was thinking, okay, if you have a good talk, if you speak good, then the video will be spreading around and there might be many people see the video, a couple of 100,000 people might be see. But is that important to you, Mohammed, I ask? I ask myself. For me, it is important have just 1,000 people see the video, 100 of them think deeply about it, 10 of them act and do something. Our world needs people to take action, to do something, to make changes. I'm a nomad. I'm a person who lives in a harmony with nature, synchronized with the universe, listening to my heart, following my senses, living my dreams, trying to live in a present moment. If sometimes the people around me allows me anyway. 10 years ago, I had a couple of dreams at night. Then I put the dreams together. I realized, okay, regarding to my dreams, I want to travel. I have to travel across the world and do something for nature. That was the tipping point in my life. I trusted those dreams that I had at night. I quit my job. I closed my office. I used to work as a mechanical engineer. I was getting ready to travel, to start my journey. What do you have, Mohammed, to travel? I asked myself again. Do you have money for it? Traveling needs money. I didn't have any single dollar. I had hope. And hope was the very first thing I learned in my life from a widowed, uneducated woman, from my mom. My dad died when I was 3 years old, and my mom was left with 3 kids, with a lot of difficult challenges in the traditional society. She had hope. She stayed positive. She went through all those challenges. So I have hope. I can do that. I put some steps back, and I was ready to set the journey. At some point, I opened my arms wide, and I was ready to receive love, respect, understanding, kindness, support from the nature, from the universe, goodwill from people. Since then, I've cycled 52,000 kilometers through 40 countries within the last 8 years. Without goodwill of people, without support from the universe, from the nature, I would not be able to do even 50 kilometers. But as a human being, which has naturally, physically has a limited space, I was receiving all the time. At some point, I will be full, I will be overflowing. What's you overflow? What do you have? Hope. I have only hope. I have to create hope. Back in 2007, after I read an article in Rick Gunn's journal about an AIDS hospice in Thailand, I went there to visit. I was there as a witness, sitting next to a dying man. I was there as a witness. I was just to observe. At some point, I was sitting on the edge of bed next to a dying man in his last stage of his life. We were talking, and while talking, I was thinking so deep. It was a big contrast. A dying man next to a young man full of passion, full of hope, having a very active life, a lot of joy in his life. We continued conversation. He looked at my shoes and said, "Oh, wow, such a nice shoes you have, Mohammed. I wish I would have some shoes because when I get better, I would like to go out and run, but I don't have shoes." An hour later, I left there barefooted. I left my shoes for that guy, even though I knew that that guy would never be able to use those shoes. But I was thinking if those shoes could give him a little bit of hope, he could enjoy an extra day of life. In the same center, they are taking care of a couple of hundreds of kids with HIV. They are all transmitted from their mothers, and all die before 15. I was there again to look them. It was, every day one of them was missing, and it was so easy for them, oh, he died. He died. It's so normal. It's not like, oh, he died. No, he died. A dying human person in our world becomes so normal. We have a breaking news. 140 people got killed. It's so normal. It's not normal. It's a human being. About 100 trees for those kids. We plant the trees together. We touch the soil. We touch the ground. We touch the earth. We put our knees on the ground, and we planted those trees. We keep hope. Those trees might create some little hope for those kids. And that hope might help them to enjoy one more day of life. And one more day of life is a lot. Our world needs hope more than any other thing. Back to my dream. When I had 10 years ago, I knew that I want to do something for nature. Nature is a very wide area. What do you want to do for that? You want to just talk about the nature? I choose trees as a specific subject. When I was 8, 9 years old, we had an apple tree in our yard, a huge one, a generous one. I was playing, always I was playing with that tree. Instead of climbing my dad's shoulder, I was climbing the tree. Even sometimes when my mom was sleeping or she was away, I was asking my friend, hey, my mom is not there. Let's climb the wall, jump on the rooftop, and steal some apples. Stealing apples from our tree, anyway. In some moment, tree was old, and tree died. They cut it. And I was left with a piece of wood on the ground. I was thinking, I used to hug my tree. I used to live with my tree, and no longer I have it. I was sitting there crying. It was the very first moment in my life I came to realize, as a human being, I'm about to lose my beloved ones. I have to appreciate the present moment. I have to appreciate the time I have with them. I have to share my joy. I have to share my happiness. I have to show them my love. I decided to do something for trees. Many people say that, oh, trees, that's such a boring subject. So many people are talking about trees these days. But trees are not a boring subject. If we know, every single hour there is a space equivalent of 300 football fields wiping off from the trees in the heart of rainforest in Borneo. If we understand how big is 300 football field and how short is 1 hour. I started visiting the schools, talking to kids, planting trees with kids, trying to inspire them to make a fire in their heart and put some seeds in their mind and keep hope for the future. Those seeds might grow someday. And they might do something for the planet, for the nature. Since I've visited 143 schools, and we have planted nearly 1,000 trees with kids, and a lot of hundreds of seeds in their kids' mind around the world. If we educate them well, if they know the values, if they learn how value is in nature, if they know the values of the trees, the values of the water, the values of the nature, the values of the animal, they come to love it. They respect whatever they love. And the kids are the huge source of hope for the future. Now, after 8 years of traveling, when I observe my journey, I look back, I step back and just see what's happening in my journey. I see every single of you was helping me, supporting me with your prayers, with sending me your positive vibration, leaving me positive comments in the Facebook or any other social medias. A guy who gave me a glass of cold water in the hot days in northern steppes of Kazakhstan, or the one who gave me a shelter in a cold, raining day in Norway. Everyone is supporting me. And I can't do anything much in return. I can't give anything much in return. But here, in a symbolic gesture, I may have in front of every single human being in the world, I say in front of you, and I say, I love you. Thank you.